Making some Aroz Caldo. It's chicken. It's like a chicken porridge. Simple ingredients: onions, garlic, rice, chicken broth, and patis. Fish sauce. Fish sauce. So I'm super hungry, and it's raining today in Texas. Some Aroz Caldo, some congee. Congee! That's what we're gonna have. Simple ass ingredients. Gonna need that. Gonna need some pepper, some rice, and fish sauce, onion, and some garlic. I'll put the description of what to do in the description. The description of the description in the description. That's what I'm gonna do, man. That's what I do. Hanging out. The chicken is doing its thing, so I'm gonna add a little bit of black pepper. The one-hand man cooking. A little bit of black pepper. Won't hurt nobody. Don't sniff it. Don't do it. No sniffing black pepper. The description I put is for light work. I add a little more because I want more. You just gotta do some maths. You know when you were little and they told you algebra is gonna matter? And you were like, bull crap, ain't gonna matter no way. You're gonna have to do a little bit of algebra and some fraction work when you're doing things and adjusting recipes. And a lot of it is to taste. So take that, algebra. Suck it. So it looks like my chicken is ready to get some liquid. So I'm gonna put that chicken broth up in it. Put that chicken broth up in it. Hey, we're chicken. Why should we have broth? Because we want the taste, man. That's what we do. So the recipe calls for 4 cups or so 5 cups. But I'm doing a step up. So I'm doing a half up. So algebra time, fraction time, we're gonna make it happen. Let's go. So I'm pretty poor. I'm like actually very poor. So I don't want to spend so much on chicken broth. So what I'm doing is I'm going to just add the water and the fish sauce will do the rest. So I gotta add about 3.5 of these, right? Because I pushed the limits. Is what you do. You gotta add 3 of those because you push the limits and you do the maths. So I went ahead and added my stuff. That's how it looks. And now the star of the show is coming. Here is the star of the show. Patis, or fish sauce. When I was little, we used to just swig this and do shots of it and see who would not lose it. You can really lose yourself. It says to put a tablespoon, but I ain't gonna put no tablespoon. I'm put a little bit more than a tablespoon, because you know why? Because I substituted the chicken broth with water. Fish sauce is mainly good. This dang stuff is good for salt flavor. Yeah, it doesn't taste like fish. I don't know why they call it, but this is the salt flavor that you put up in here. So that's gonna go in there. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this to a boil. Then I'm gonna add my rice. Rice. Gonna add you in there. Once it gets a little boiling. Okay, peace. Good night, sweetheart. So right now what I'm gonna do is add the rice. It's about 10 minutes maybe. You gotta keep an eye on this. You may have to add more water or chicken broth if you are inclined to do so. If you got the cash to do it, you do it. So basically I'm gonna get this rice up in here. You don't really have to do too much with it. I remember watching these videos where people would wash the rice, you know, actual cooked rice. But you know, that's just some crazy talk and craziness. So 10 minutes or so, I'm gonna keep an eye on the water level because you don't want it too dry and you don't want it too wet. How do you know? I don't know. You just do. You're gonna go back to bed now. You go and chill. Maybe 10 minutes. I think it might be time to check it. Let's check. We just gotta stir it up a little bit. Just because. That's what we do. We get our left, I'm not left-handed, but you know what? Sometimes you just gotta cook with your left hand. We're gonna make sure the rice doesn't stick on the bottom. A lot of this liquid is going to go bye-bye. It's gonna go super bye-bye. All right, so still working on it. You can see the rice in here starting to get a little bigger, but you'll know. You'll know. How do you know? You'll know. How do you know? Because it's gonna look like porridge, like Goldilocks. You know, the 3 bears. Oh, I want some porridge. So you'll know. Not ready yet. Gonna relax a little bit more. You go and relax a little more. Now it looks like things are coming along swimmingly. You see? There's a fire burning in the pot. I got me some chicken and some rice to meet it up. Perfectly and see it crystal clear. Yeah. So not yet. It's gotta get into things. I don't know if you ever made rice before on the pot, but the trick is to just make sure it doesn't stick on the bottom. All right. So this is gonna go and relax a little more until it's ready to go. Then pretty soon maybe we'll eat. When it's gonna be ready, I don't know. I guess whenever it's done, you'll know. I'll show you in a little bit. This is the critical juncture right here. See it starting to turn. I'm probably gonna have to add a little more water. Just because you need it. But remember, when you add water, you might have to add a little bit more salt taste, which is what this. Here comes the water. You know it's true. Cheers. And I always cook with one hand. You know it. See, look at that. You see, it's starting to get thick. Like robin thick. Something like that. So this is gonna be good. Maybe. It's gonna be good. Did I taste it as I went? No. You gonna taste raw chicken? You want salmonella? You don't. Handle with care. Almost ready. It is getting so close, you see that? It is getting thick. So one last, just adding to make sure it's gonna be good. So I'm gonna stir this up. I'll probably give another splash of the fish sauce. Yeah, it's getting thick on the bottom. So this is called Aroz Caldo or chicken congee. You can even make this without the chicken. You can make it with, boneless. I personally like only the rice stuff. I'll get a couple pieces of chicken for this, but this is what I grew up eating. You know, you could stack a piece of like an egg and stuff, garlic chips on the top, some green onions. Oh man, I'm making myself hungry. So this is very close to being done. D-O-N-E done pretty soon. Turn into a porridge. So I gotta watch this. I might have to add some water. Keeping the cover off. Would it remove the cover? Leave the cover off. Gotta leave the cover off. Here is the consistency I've been looking for. See? It's a little wet. Yeah, you know what's gonna happen? This rice is gonna absorb that. So when you put this in the fridge for later, you're gonna have to add a little more water when you heat it up again. But this right here, this is like some good eats right here. So let me plate that for myself. One. Let's not make a big mess while we do it. Two. See that? How many pieces of chicken am I gonna get? I'll probably grab myself one. Okay. This is piping hot. Burn the crap out of your mouth, so don't eat it right away. You're gonna have to let it sit. Let it sit. Oh, which piece will I get? You know what? I'm gonna get me one of these small wings first. There we go. So that's our Caldo. And what I like to do is add a sprinkle of black pepper, and I add myself a banana pepper. You'll know. You'll bite into that, the juice will come out, and there you go. Aroz Caldo, rice congee. Enjoy and peace out.